It's so different than the person that I married. I just can't.
And I used to hold this guilt that I wasn't there to fix situations. And I wasn't there to put it all back together.
Since the downfall of their relationship, many people have tried to determine the exact cause of the fallout between Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. At first, it's easy to say that it was just Kanye being Kanye, given all he's done since their official divorce. But their truth is much more complicated than that. While Kanye can share the blunt of the blame, Kim is hardly faultless as she allowed him to do various things and didn't even try to stop him or prevent him from going all out with his antics. Fast forward to now, and she's saying she wishes she could have had the old version of Kanye back. We'll break it down for you. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 4. Kim's wish. It's been more than 2 years since Kim Kardashian filed for divorce from Kanye West, though it definitely feels like longer. But in a teaser for next week's episode of Hulu's The Kardashians, the 42-year-old reality star revealed that she's still grieving their relationship, saying that she doesn't even recognize the Donda rapper as the man she married in 2014 anymore. Breaking down into tears next to her sister Khloe Kardashian, Kim shared that she's not okay. "He's so different from the person that I married," the Skims founder continued, sobbing into Khloe's shoulder. "That's who I loved and that's who I remember. I'll do anything to get that person back."
You okay?
Not okay. It's so different than the person that I married. I just can't. That's who I loved and that's who I remember. I'll do anything to get that person back.
The teaser aired at the end of the June 29th episode of The Kardashians, in which Kim celebrated her 42nd birthday with her sisters and friends. At the beginning of the episode, the mogul headed to the DMV for a full glam photo shoot to update her driver's license. When submitting her name for the new ID, she claimed a little bit of independence from Ye, saying, "Should I add West or no? No, I'm Kim Kardashian." Kim and Ye split in 2021 after 7 years of marriage, with their divorce finalized in November 2022. They share 4 children, daughters North in Chicago and sons Saint and Psalm. In the final months of their marriage and in the years since, the Yeezy creator, though always a polarizing figure in the entertainment industry, started exhibiting increasingly erratic behavior. From publicly posting violent remarks about Kardashian's now ex-boyfriend Pete Davidson, to vocalizing anti-Semitic and racist rhetoric on multiple occasions. And while we don't know exactly who she was picturing when it came to the man she loved before, it does make sense that she'd want that version of Kanye back instead of the version she has now. One that has forced her to not only parent their kids basically alone, but protect them from his antics. Number 3. Kim K pro-mom. On an episode of the On the Purpose with Jay Shetty podcast, Kim K guested and talked about what it was like to be a mom of 4, and essentially raise them on her own. So like when you're in it, I mean especially when they're babies and you're feeding, there's madness going on. It's like full madness, she continues. It's the best chaos though. Detailing that you have no idea what's going on in the mornings, Kardashian adds, "It's like I always have to do one of my daughter's hair. And it has to be perfect and it has to be a certain way. And then this one needs me to put his shoes on, and they all need you. It's like full crazy madness, cooking, running around. Like, it's wild."
Everyone says the days are long and the years are short. And that couldn't be like a more true statement. It's the best chaos though. I always have to do one of my daughter's hair and it has to be perfect and it has to be a certain way. And then this one needs me to put his shoes on and they all need you. It's like full crazy madness, cooking, running around, like it's wild. That's why I need my workout in the morning, just to like prepare for the 2 hours of craziness.
Continuing to speak candidly about her role as a mother, Kardashian then tells Shetty that parenting is the thing that has taught me the most about myself. "It's been the most challenging thing," she continues. "There are nights I cry myself to sleep. Like, holy crap, this tornado in my house, like what just happened? You know, with all the moods and the personalities, and sometimes they're fighting, and you know there's no one there," Kardashian adds. "Like, it's just me to play good police officer and bad cop."
There are nights I cry myself to sleep, like what just happened, with all the moods and the personalities, and sometimes they're fighting and there's no one there. Like it's me to play good cop and bad cop. That is definitely a challenge. When, you know, something I'm working on is being a little bit firmer.
Though she told Shetty that she is working on being a little bit firmer as a parent, Kardashian couldn't help but admit, parenting is really hard. That's the only way I can describe it, she says. It is the most rewarding job in the entire world. It is. There is nothing that can prepare you. I don't care how long you wait. I don't care what you're waiting for. You are never prepared. But, Kardashian continues, you will figure it out, and it will make you so proud of yourself that you figured it out and you got through the day.
I'd say parenting is the thing that has taught me the most about myself. It has been the most challenging thing.
Kardashian also opened up about how nights are in her home with her 4 kids, telling Shetty, "We're going hour by hour to see if we're gonna survive night by night. If a tantrum comes in, oh my god, your life is completely upside down," she says. But it teaches you so much more about yourself than I think anyone, any parent could have ever anticipated. I mean, there's nights where you don't wash your hair for days as a mom, and you have spit up all over you, and you're wearing the same pajamas, especially in COVID, Kardashian continues. It was insane, you know? But even with all that, Kim said that she couldn't be happier as a parent and wouldn't give it up for anything. There's nothing that can prepare you for this experience. It is the most challenging, rewarding job on this planet, she said. In another interview, she noted that she's 100% shielding her kids from what Kanye West does, and is doing her best to protect their image of him. She even stated that sometimes she'll just go into a room and cry once they're in bed, because she knows that she has to keep doing this until they're old enough to understand what's going on. And to be fair, that's a big burden for Kim to carry. To have to shield her kids because of everything Kanye is doing with his antics, with his rants, with his social media behavior, and more. It's rough on her, and so to see her push through this is respectable. Not that everything she's done is respectable, as her family will tell you. Number 2, Kourtney lashes out. Kourtney Kardashian is done being pushed around by her sister. The reality star didn't hold back from speaking her mind during the June 29th episode of The Kardashians, accusing Kim Kardashian of copying looks she wore at her and Travis Barker's Italian wedding, and featuring them in her high-profile Milan Fashion Week runway show with Dolce & Gabbana 4 months later. While voicing her complaints to Khloe and friend Simon Huck, Kourtney vented, "I feel like I go to big extents to have my own thing, but there's no sense of loyalty. It's almost like a greediness," she continued, of the Skims mogul. "If I look at the photos from the fashion show, half the time I'm like, is this my wedding?"
There's no sense of loyalty or feeling of oh, how would I feel? It's almost like a greediness to what can we do and how many things, and everything moves so fast. And I feel like we have it all. We have everything that more than we could want or need. If I look at the photos from the fashion show, half of the time I'm like, is this my wedding?
So why doesn't Kourtney just have a heart-to-heart with Kim? She's so intolerable to even have a conversation with, the 44-year-old snapped. It just makes me want to run the other way. Kourtney added, "I just thought, what else can you take away from me? Can I have anything that's mine?" She furthered these thoughts later in the episode. "There's no decency to ask me how I felt about her doing this so closely to my wedding. No one just gives a blank about anything. It's like the Wild West, we're just gonna take and do as we want, whatever's best for us." Kim naturally tried to defend herself and deflect blame, but we all know the truth. The Kardashians have never, ever been afraid to take something to benefit themselves, or use something to their advantage, or even straight up lie to make themselves seem better than they actually are. And when you have sisters stealing from sister, yeah, you have one messed up family. Number 1, full circle. Bringing this back to Kim and Kanye, you have to wonder if this is a kind of karma moment of sorts. Many felt that when Kim and Kanye got together, that it was a marriage meant for advancing Kim in certain ways. Kanye did help elevate her in many metrics, and that was part of the problem. Because when you're only focused on what your partner can do for you, you're prone to let their eccentricities slide. And that happened when Kanye started to act out more and more. Kim would just be by his side and try to spin things instead of getting him help. So given that, can we really believe that she wants the old Kanye back, when that version wasn't that much better? And there you have it, everyone, a look at the marriage between Kanye and Kim and what she's saying now about her former husband. Do you believe that she means what she said in that clip? Or do you think that she's just playing things up for the camera, as she so often does? What do you think will happen next in this insane relationship? Let us know in the comments below, be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.